And because we're live, I have no idea what it's going to be, but there we go. It's the end of the Penn State-App State game, and this is a perfect fitting mayhem moment.
An interception to end it all right. Penn State Nittany Lions escape with the win. Appalachian State's head coach got to take off the headset because he knows it's all done. But again, that does have all sorts of ramifications when it comes to the college football playoff. It's a survival by Penn State. It's not a big win, an opening statement by Penn State. It goes back to being able to hold your own against each and every one of these opponents that you cross, and that is a little bit of concern if you're looking at App State against Penn State here.
Well, and the mayhem portion of this is significant. That was the mayhem moment of this game. Again,
correct.
Mayhem moment presented by Allstate. You like that plug. That was the mayhem moment of this game because this game had been so back and forth. And one of the interesting things is, as we were watching it, we kept saying, mayhem moment, mayhem moment. But it really came down to the end of the game. And the mayhem moment for playoff ramifications is that, frankly, as I said earlier, I think it saves Penn State in the conversation for the playoffs. But I still think there are serious issues for Penn State to look at. This game was full of highlights, obviously. It was full of big plays. And there has to be some concern for Penn State giving up that kind of big play.
Right, and also the inability by Penn State to get the big plays that we're used to seeing them getting. The departures of Saquon Barkley, Mike Gesicki, and a lot of good receivers clearly showed up today. Could it be timing? Absolutely. Trace McSorley, again, working with a whole bunch of new weapons, but you have to still be able to say we can get big plays when we need to, especially against App State. So that's the concern when you're looking at that Nittany Lions program.
Well, and it's always an interesting spot for the program to be in because fans and media alike have been just blowing up Trace McSorley. Trace McSorley is going to be great. Penn State has a shot at the national
championship. And I'm not saying that's not due. I think he was a gamer as well.
Well, let's be realistic here. Every team in the Big Ten East, every time they win, is making their case for a national championship. This is the SEC West argument that we've heard for years. You get yourself through the Big Ten East, you're going to be in the playoff.
Yeah.
If you're in the playoff, you got a shot at the national championship. As I said earlier, we have to remember, Auburn just said today, hey, we're not out of the national championship conversation. Not the top 5 conversation. We're not out of the national championship conversation. Because if Auburn runs the table, they have that opportunity. Well, Penn State came out today and they found a way to keep themselves in. Just like Michigan State did last night, they found a way to keep themselves in the national championship conversation. And I'm telling you, the entire Big Ten East should be sending flowers to all these guys.
And understand something. When we start a highlight with the kickoff return, you know it's something real.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Appalachian State gets out to that sort of big play off rip. That tells you everything you need to know. But again, it was like a knockdown, drag-out fight. It was haymaker after haymaker after haymaker. Penn State had a chance to go up 3 scores at one point. It's after this touchdown. They go up 24-10 with the extra point. They have a chance to shut the door, get a stop on defense. They're unable to do so. Appalachian makes it a 7-point game once again.
Big plays in the fourth quarter. That's where things separated. App State started making big plays and getting chunky yardage in the fourth quarter. Again, it was almost like Penn State took their foot off the gas when they were up by 2 touchdowns. They thought they had it. So App State gets aggressive. App State gets the they get the onside kick.
We talk about so many mayhem moments within a given game, and because of something like that happening, App State wins this game. That's another one of your mayhem moment opportunities. All of these sorts of plays, they were just giving the Nittany Lions all that they could handle all daggone game long.
Such a difference between what we saw last night with Utah State, also in the sense that App State never looked overwhelmed.
No.
Throughout the course of the fourth quarter, they were finding ways to rip off, ripping off. And this is one of those moments where Penn State, on that particular highlight, just not tackling well.
Not at all.
I mean, they're in position to make plays. They're just not making. It's like they ran out of gas. It's like they weren't conditioned for the speed that App State was going to give them.
Yeah, don't nobody want to make a tackle, and then now there's surrender cobras all over the stadium. And then you go back on offense, and this is where I started to allude to Trace McSorley just being a pure gamer. Right? Like getting this drive put together with a minute and change left, scoring, and it was like 18 seconds that they pulled that off. So they get a stop. They head into OT. It's time for the coin toss to reset there. And here we are in OT. They go back to the ground, get a big score up the gut. They go up 7.
Up the gut was a key part of this, too. They were finding yardage up the gut throughout. App State had the chance. Again, this is a 4th and 1 that they had to measure. Both sides thought they had it, and that's what ultimately sent us. That's right before the interception that ended it all. I didn't love the throw on the interception. I didn't think it was really necessary. He threw it up high. He was trying to make a play.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you live to see another down
You get
there.
a little gritty, but in any case, you have to go for whatever shot you get. When you're the Mountaineers, you're on the road. You take those shots because you never know when you're going to get another opportunity like that.
Speaking of, you never know when you're going to get another opportunity.
Oh, hey, now here's a segue. Here's a segue.
It's the college football show presented by Allstate. Treavor Scales, Jason Fitz. We hope you guys are chiming in. Tell everybody to watch us out here on Twitter every single Saturday. You never know when you're going to get the opportunity to hang out with Tim Tebow. And because we have star power, we've got star power here. We can do so much.
Big dogs for this show.
So it looks like we're just going to connect a little phone action with Tebow. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's
do it. Come on, Tim.
Get him in.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I wish I could see y'all though.
It's a little staticky, buddy. Bars.
There went Tim.
Bars.
There went Tim.
That was
It was Tim.
He had the Rumble Ponies uniform on and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
I was hyped.
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
I am upset.
Yeah, well, Tim, if you want
we're going to work on that. Okay, we're going to see if we can get that right.
Are we, though?
We're going to work on that. What work on that means is up to us, and behind the curtain, that's the side we never go see.
I think Tim just sort of like backed out on us there. That's what I think happened.
I'm not going to sit here and indict the man's character like that.